Practice what you preach. I say a lot of stuff on how to shoot photos, and these photo walkthroughs are a chance for me to put into action all of these tips and tricks that I mention. Hey yo, my name is Matt, and this is a toy photography tutorial. One big tip that I mentioned before is to just go outside. For a few shots, I have gone to a couple different parks that are near me, which I definitely do need to do more. But if you have a backyard or a front yard, find a spot that you can go to regularly. It doesn't necessarily have to be one spot, but I think it does help going to the same spot even at different times, because you know the sun will be coming at certain angles, and you're gonna find like a sweet spot of maybe the sun passing through the fence or through the trees or through the canopy or whatever. So if you're in the same spot, you can really learn about the light direction and the sun and what you need to do and the best angles. It could be on the ground like I do most of the time, but also I've done tabletops and throwing some dirt or the dioramas up there, or even dioramas on the ground. Whichever works best. I like the ground. I got my inverted tripod that just allows me to get really close to the ground, and so it all works out. It's all about being outside. Besides all the shots that I've already taken in this spot, we have 2 new ones that we're gonna take today. I live in a pretty desert climate area, but we did have a big rain recently that turned all my dirt into mud and then dried up pretty hard. So I'm just gonna start by breaking up that dirt. This hard stuff could be cool for another shot, but not for this one. I have a bunch of random things that I keep out to use for different scenes. Some of these I found at the park, or like the cinder blocks I bought at the store. One thing that I am bringing out is this blackboard. Sometimes I'll use a blue board for the background, but black is pretty neutral and it hides things really well, and it can look natural. And for this Iron Man shot, I wanted it to be like a broken building atmosphere or the aftermath of destruction, which this also plays into his damaged armor. So these broken cinder blocks are perfect for that. One other tip that I try to do regularly is not only have stuff in the background, but putting stuff in the foreground as well. It just helps complete the scene a little more, and it makes it a little more cinematic if you believe in that. It gives more depth to the image with these different layers. So I blast some dirt to complete the overall feel, and after adding a light blast and color grade in Photoshop, this is what I finished with. And this is what it would have looked like without the black backdrop. Our next star for our second shot is Naruto, and it's not just 1, but 2. So it's a very similar setup. I use the black backdrop. I'm not really using any props. And you can see for the background and the foreground, I am going to use my second Naruto figure. So this one I'm setting up to be the main one. I'm gonna put the second one at first in the back on a stand. I'm gonna blow some dirt, take that shot, and then I'm gonna take him, and I tried putting the stand on, but I'm just gonna hold him so it's pretty close to the lens. And so that's gonna give us that extra depth. So after a quick color grade and some motion blur in Photoshop, this is what we got. So we got foreground, main subject, background, and even more background with the dust and all that. Go outside and use some natural light, maybe use a blackboard, and try to add some more depth by adding a foreground element in your shot. Peace.